get myself set up here.
What's up, everybody?
We're coming in a little hot on this one.
I know.
So, look, I was out grilling. Tom snuck up on me, and Tommy, we're getting ready for Atlanta versus Toronto, and we already have lineups. But
already,
Tommy, who are you looking for, buddy?
Silva, where is he?
He's on the bench.
I don't care. That's stupid.
I don't know. I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
You want to win. You're the one predicting wins all week. We're shorthanded. Everybody.
Turn your phone vertical.
It is vertical.
Late game winner.
There you go.
I don't like this. I got to be at a weird angle. I don't like this.
What's going on, everybody?
To the lineups, right?
What's that?
You're obviously referring to the lineups, which I just saw just now.
Well, yes. That's why I'm looking for Silva, dude.
I will share the screen. Hang on one second.
By the way, share a comment with your thoughts on the lineup.
Yes.
As they come up.
We want to hear you and hear what you got going on. And what
I hope people say it's bad.
What are you grilling? What are you eating for pregame? Not pregame, postgame. Pregame. What am I saying?
Oh, I
don't know what you're saying.
I got some homemade burgers with some cheddar cheese in them. Mixed it all up with some other stuff. Got a couple of bacon.
I don't know if you can click on, by the way, the image just so we can see a little bit.
All right, fine. I will zoom in and make it all spicy for y'all. There you go. You interrupted my menu. I had a really good menu going on. Bacon wrapped filet mignon.
Jeez.
Corn. Grilled corn. And jalapeno cheddar brats. It's a good day.
This is really good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I literally ran up here just to get on this because I just pulled the fillets off, so they're cooling down now.
Is that even a question? Is that
so nothing's like on the grill getting burnt right now?
No, I've got nothing burning down there, dying, as we speak. No, I'm all set. As soon as I get done here, I'm gonna go eat.
I just came out here to say I'm mad.
Are you how mad are you?
I'm like a 7.5.
So you got Luke Brennan on the bench. Matt Edwards, who was the one that got called up. Matt Edwards, if y'all don't know, is he's captaining the twos and just got back from college. He was with the academy in the twos 3.5 years ago. And he is he's gonna be a vital part of the twos going forward. So he's on the bench. And of course, you got Etienne, Aiden McFadden, Efrain Morales at center back, maybe defensive midfielder if he's really needed there. And then you got Edwin Mosquera and our new striker, Daniel Rios. I had to look at that name.
Shande Silva.
Yeah. A lot going on the bench.
I'm glad Etienne's hanging out with Silva. I'm sure that's going to help.
It's tough because you're saying that, and yes, two spikes, 100%. Nick Firmino starting, I freaking love it. I hope he has a killer game. I hope.
Friend of the podcast.
Yes, 100%. And I gotta give him a shout out for saying hey to me at the twos game the other day. Colonel, thoughts on Silva not starting, because that's going to be the storyline. That's going to be the storyline. However we want.
You want to know my thoughts, Colonel?
Yeah, go ahead with your thoughts, Tommy. What do you got?
Me and my son aren't happy right now. He's just like, huh? Why are you putting me in this situation? No, I don't like it. I mean, I understand he needs to play. I get it. I understand it. It's just when you're this shorthanded, I don't think it's time to screw around. Unless Firmino and Wolf have some type of magical connection that I have not read about on the interwebs.
Right.
If they do, I've not heard anything about it, but I'm not.
So now you understand why I'm so mad.
I'm interested. I'm interested. Like it's not like this is like out of left field. It's out of like maybe the shortstop position. It's a little odd, but I'm okay with Silva coming in like the 60th minute and just causing havoc.
Right. Yeah. We didn't. We were at training. Tyler and I were at training on Thursday. We didn't notice anything wrong with Silva or anything like that. Well, disclaimer, I came in late, so
I mean, I didn't either. I was there the whole time. I didn't see anything.
But yeah, Silva on the bench. I think that's the biggest surprise. Noah Cobb, excuse me, getting the start. Obviously, we already knew that would happen. Hernandez in, Ronnie Hernandez in for Caleb Wiley, McCarty in for Slish. By the way, congrats to Bartosz Slish and Yorgos Sakamakis advancing to the playoff final for their respective countries. And they'll be playing for a spot in Euros in the next couple of days here. But yeah, not many surprises except, yeah, like we were saying, Wolf in place of Shande Silva, which, unless there's an injury to Shande that we don't know about, very surprising. And you hope that Wolf can take this opportunity by the horns, as it were.
Yeah. So while Tommy's getting situated in his car to go to the.
I'm not driving.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, you have a seatbelt on, so I'm trying to
I'm
make
safe.
sure you're safe. Yeah. Vetch and Zilf both saying maybe the thought is that Shande and Mosquera come in and burn him in the second half. Zilf saying, Tommy, just think Mosquera, Shande, and Daniel Rios off the bench versus tired Toronto defenders. And I mean, there's definitely for sure that thought process, because I mean, you look at this starting lineup and the sense is Pineda has changed nothing. He kept essentially the same formation and just dropped in every player that he could potentially drop in. Obviously, the Wolf and Shande one is maybe the only weird one, but Shande's been balling out. He's been nonstop in these first few games. So I'm okay with the way Tyler Wolf played last year. And the way that he is this year. He was on the show earlier this season. He had a good preseason. And I mean, I'm okay with him coming in and trying to do what he can do. And then if, whether he scores or not, whether he contributes significantly or not, I mean, the 60th minute comes around, let Shande come in and do his thing.
You need the game close, though, at that time, though, right? Like,
what's that?
You can't be down a goal or two at that point, though. You're going to need to make sure that this game stays close. And that's going to be a huge thing for Williams and Cobb to just make sure that they're able to keep the game close during that time. And Dax. Obviously, we got to throw Dax in there.
Does this change anybody's predictions from the scoreline standpoint?
Not me.
Or are y'all keeping it what it was?
I'm sticking to mine.
Of course you are.
Optimism over here.
I'll stick with mine.
No, I feel better about my 2-0 loss decision.
Where's my freaking yellow card?
Hey, if I'm wrong, I'll step outside where I'm going, get on Spaces, and tell you that you are always right. Massage your ego a little bit, and that's great.
If you look,
Zilf, by the way, for what it's worth, saying 1-1.
Is that what you said, Sydney?
Yeah, I think so. Great minds.
So. Right.
Do we, by the way, Tyler, getting a shout out for that scarf, which Miranda won. Not that scarf that you're wearing, but we gave away the Resurgence scarf and Miranda won.
Yeah, that one is in the mail as we speak.
Excellent. Do we want to show Toronto's lineup as well now that we're at it? So I'll go ahead and cue that up for us. But yeah, the big news for Toronto, well, they're missing several players as well on their side. So one of the big ones is Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson unavailable for TFC this evening, but you can see the lineups there. Insigne, of course, Bernadeschi, of course, Marshall Rudy, one of their top young players coming out of that TFC academy. And then, a number of names that maybe, not a lot of people know too much about. Jonathan Osorio starting on the bench, by the way, for TFC, as is Aya Akinola. So a couple of Canadian internationals starting on the bench. But yeah, it's Sydney, of course, Bernadeschi, of course, DeAndre Kerr, of course, and then several players missing in action for TFC as well. due to injuries and international duty. By the way, Canada beating Trinidad 2-0, Canada going off topic, Canada beating Trinidad 2-0. So they'll play Argentina in the opening match of the Copa America on June 20th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Guess
So
what else is happening on June 20th?
what else is
Next
happening?
to Mercedes-Benz Stadium when Canada and Argentina play.
What's going on?
We're going to have a live show at the Signia Hotel at the
Ooh.
Nest on 4 bar. So you should come see it. Even if you're not going to the game, you can come to the bar and watch the game. They have a big Halo board similar to the one that's in the bins right there. If you don't have tickets to the game, go to the bar, hang out and watch it, and hang out with us.
Yep.
Quick plug.
Yep. You have plans. I mean, you have time to plan for it. It's like 3 months away. But yeah, so that was Toronto's starting lineup. Sorry, Level. How you guys feel?
I mean, I think it's about expected. Honestly, you have the Italians to worry about. You have Matty Longstaff doing his thing. I mean, but I just don't. I don't know that there. I don't know that there's anything that has been shown here that isn't already known. And we know that Noah Cobb, we expected him to start, and he is. He's going to have to show out. He's going to have to do his thing. He's going to have to show that all those years of being in the academy and the twos and everything else and standing up to the big guy has to come to fruition here against these two Italian nationals. I mean, you have to go into this with no thought that they have been around the block a little bit. You've got to go into it with no fear if you're Noah Cobb. And you got to listen to your partner in Derek Williams and Brooks Lennon to your right. And you can be okay in this one. You really can. You just also have to play smart. You have to play smart. And I mean, I'm not going to say the magic words that always fail, knock on wood, but I'm still optimistic about this game, regardless of everything else.
Yeah, we said it on Wednesday. I don't think it's going to be the 6th, or on Thursday. I'm sorry, in the training report with Henry. I don't think it's going to be the 6-1 scoreline that was, that happened against Columbus. I think Noah, and we talked about it with him a few weeks ago. Yeah, we talked about a few weeks ago with him. He's more prepared. He has more tread on his tires. Granted, still a young player, obviously, but I think that was a major learning experience for him. Unfortunately, he was on the wrong end of the scoreline, but it's a learning experience for him. And you have two options if you're a player in that situation. You just kind of let that affect you long term, or do you use it to help yourself get better, help yourself grow? And I think this is a big step for Noah tonight against, like we were talking about the two top players. How does he respond? Is that 6-1 a distant memory, or is he going to say, you know what, I'm determined not to let this happen again? And it's not to say that he's completely to blame for that result, because he's not. And,
No, that wasn't his fault.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But at the same time, what can you do to learn from that? How can you grow from that adversity? And, this didn't catch us by surprise. We knew that this was going to happen with, not with Gregerson, but we knew a number of players would be missing. But Gregerson kind of popped up, and is Noah ready? And it won't be all on his shoulders on tonight. Tonight, it won't be all on his shoulders, but this is a big step for him, and I certainly hope he passed the test. Oh, Dan saying on YouTube, my worry about Cobb is his aerial defense. He's fine on the ground. So, yeah, I'm confident, again, that Noah will show a much better account of himself. I say that again, not blaming him, but I think he'll be much more prepared and ready to learn from.
I got to throw in my 2 cents about that really quick before Tommy hops on, or AKA where is Silva? Yes. So Dan saying, the aerial defense with Cobb, that was a comment that Gonzalo Pineda made in the preseason, was I think if you were to pick out, he didn't say this. I'm not saying that he said this, quoting essentially some notes that he said was Noah Cobb has been outstanding, but he has to polish up some of that aerial defense. Has to polish up the aerial duels, and the kid is tall enough. He's got the ups. I think he can do it, and I think that has absolutely been drilled into his head. And one thing I will say, for anybody that is doubting Noah Cobb, you shouldn't be, first of all. But second, that guy, and I say that guy, not that kid, that guy is the first one out on the training pitch every single day that we're at training. Every single day. First one out of the locker room. First one out there on the pitch to get things kicked off. He's hungry. He wants this more than I think anybody in this fan base really understands. And you got to give him credit. Now, I get it. He's also young, but there is nobody else that is more prepared for this position right now than Noah Cobb for Atlanta United. So hopefully it works out, but it's not, if it doesn't, it's not going to be for lack of trying.
The one thing you can think about here is if Cobb really performs well here, and he's going to have some other appearances in Open Cup before the summer transfer window. If he's that impressive, maybe you could move Abram in the summer.
Maybe.
It gives you a reason, because you're going to be, if you need to make changes in the summer transfer window, we've been told not a lot of room. That's why I was kind of shocked that we even brought in, right, Rios.
Yeah.
Didn't think that was even a possibility from at least what Garth said. He brought in someone else. That means we're even closer to that cap now. You can make Cobb the third guy and start feeling comfortable with him for the future. I think Abram's, he's the second highest paid defender on this team.
I think so.
Maybe you can move on from him. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Thinking long term here.
Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that. But again, how does he respond to moments like this? And yeah, I'm confident that he will. I'm confident.
So now saying this is a decent starting 11 considering the players missing. I agree. I think you actually look better now than you did this time last year. Isaac saying, sadly, this is something we need to get used to because of all the international tournaments this summer, which again, going back to the Daniel Rios thing, that's literally the reason they brought him in as that, third string striker.
Yeah. Because it looks like Gigi's going to Euros. Knock on wood. Yeah.
I'm happy for him, but I'm also not. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, me too.
But also.
All right, guys. I got to run.
All right.
I'll be watching at this table at a bar.
Have fun.
But I'll be back for Spaces at some point.
All right.
Yes, Spaces is tonight, Colonel.
Yeah.
Yes, Colonel.
Yes, we are doing Spaces, Colonel. And everybody else is asking.
9:45-ish or so. We'll kick them off.
Thereabouts, yeah.
See you guys.
See you, buddy.
See you, Tommy.
Have fun eating your steaks.
I will. I'm excited.
9:45 Spaces. Yep. Be there. It'll be square.
It'll be Dan saying May's setting up to be crazy with games too. Yeah, it's like every other month, unfortunately, this season. But yeah, tonight's a big deal. It really is. It's a big test. This is not one of those that you want to look back on and be like, well, it was cool, but they tried. Your depth has to show up tonight. Tyler Wolf has to show up. Noah Cobb has to show up. Tiare has to show up. This is it. It's an away match, so you have that going against you. Your starting 11 is completely decimated, so you have that going against you, but you can't make excuses, right? Like every other team is going through this to some degree. I get that they're all not Atlanta United, but they have multiple starters missing, but you got to deal with it. You can't make excuses. You have to go in and trust that your depth is good enough. And this is where you're at. So you have to go into this game, if you're this starting 11, with the mindset that, no, we're winning this freaking game and we're going home with 3 points. That's how it is.
I'm looking at other teams. Like this is not a Atlanta United problem. Like we've mentioned before, this is not just Atlanta United. This is everybody.
Yeah.
So, and it begs the question. Okay, should MLS be playing during international break? And that's not for us to decide. That debate will go on for a while until
Hopefully not
something
eternity.
changes. But yeah, this is not like Philly has 8 players out in international duty, and not just bench players, like known players: Blake, Harrio, Lowe, Jose Andres Martinez, McGlynn. So yeah, Atlanta's not the only team that has this issue,
Yep.
and they need to perform. They need to show up, and I'm confident that the players they have in place for reasons like this will show up.
Yeah, I agree. Now it's time. I mean, it's going to suck 30-degree weather up there, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. And it's funny because Pineda's always like, I liked playing in cold weather because it gave you more energy. And then Muyumba was like, yeah, it kind of sucks playing in cold weather, but you get used to it.
He's like, whatever. He's like, I'll play if I have to. But yeah. Any final thoughts on your end, or
no? Come hang out with us after the match, win, lose, or draw. Regardless, if it's a win, it'll be a lot more celebratory. If it's a loss, it'll be lots of ranting and raving. But whatever happens, Twitter Spaces /X Spaces over on Scarves and Spikes. You come hang out with us, and you can hop in. It's more like a radio show, if you want to put it that way. You send us a request, we'll get you in, let you give your 2 cents, and let you talk for a little bit. And we're going to chat about it no matter what happens, and we'll have fun with it. And it'll go on for an hour or two, and we'll chill. Yeah, maybe depending on the way it goes, it may be 3 hours. I don't know. Grab you a drink, and yeah, just come have fun with us. It's over on Twitter.
9:45.
9:45.
9:45.
Nick Firmino season. Noah Cobb season.
What
you got?
Go.
Anything?
Let's go. I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm ready. Cool. I'm going to go eat some steak and hamburgers real quick before this match starts.
There you guys. Thanks for watching.